Hello, welcome to another video. This time we've got a 1951 Chevy 3100 short bed. It's half-ton short bed, 5 window, so it's got, as you probably know, most of them were 3 windows, but this one's got the extra 2 corner windows in the cab, so the visibility was just far nicer, far better, far nicer place to be. So they're quite a bit more desirable than the standard cabs. This particular truck, it's an original blue truck. It was originally somewhat lighter than this. It was painted many years ago, i.e. 20 or 30 years ago, in this slightly darker shade, which is now sort of showing a nice patina. It was basically owned. It arrived in the UK 23rd of December. It's just gone through its registration, or it's recently gone through its registration process, so it's now fitted with black and silver pressed steel plates. So it's got its V5, it's registered and sort of ready to go. It is a usable jumping and drive truck. I would say it's a truck that you can use and enjoy whilst improving it along the way. It was owned by an old guy in the mountains who literally lived in the mountains of Oregon, and he used this. He owned it for something like 39 years, I believe it was, off the top of my head, and he used it on a regular basis, i.e. every 2 or 3 weeks, and he would go down from his home in the mountains down to the nearest town to get his groceries and to recycling, to drop his rubbish off, etc, etc. So it was used on a regular basis, albeit not a huge amount, over that time. So it's not a barn find. It is reasonably up to date with its mechanics. It does start, run and drive very well. It's got its original 216 cubic inch straight 6 engine with a 4-speed, 4 on the floor. The first to second is non-synchro, the rest of them are synchro, so it's original drivetrain. It has been upgraded slightly with an oil filter has been added, an aftermarket oil filtration system, because as standard they didn't have one. Very nice truck. It does run and drive really well. We've done some bits to it. If I turn this around now, I'll have a walk around the truck with you. So condition wise, it's mainly a very solid old truck. The chassis that really matters, the bones of it are absolutely solid. It's just surface rust, there's no rot, there's no welding, there's no nothing like that. Most of the body panels are lovely and straight, as you can see. The cab corners are nice and solid. It sort of sits well. It's a very nice straight truck. It does have a little bit of rust in it, which I'll show you in a moment, but it can be forgiven. It is 72 years old. We have done a few jobs to this truck. We've put new windscreen glass in it and a new rubber. We've done some bits to the engine as well, which I'll show you. The tyres are all in decent shape. It's just a very straight truck. We've also put new door handles, outer door handles, and the actual latch mechanism inside, because they're just worn with age and they droop. The handles droop and they don't line up properly. So we've done that. Obviously the seats have been recovered at some stage, that's quite nice. But it's all original in here. It's an unbutchered dash, all original dash, nice and straight. And for the whole, it's very solid. But in this cab, the worst parts of it are down here. So where the cab floor and where it meets the kick panel there is rotted out. It's rotted out on both sides, and somebody's put a lovely little layer of fiberglass on the floor, which looks like it's been done years and years ago. But anyway, so you can actually replace both sides. You can buy both left and right floor pan, kick panel, to replace that. You can buy them from this country off the shelf. They're very they're not expensive. I can provide them if you need them, and that would just make it about right. It's 216 cubic inch, 3.5 litre straight six. Done a few bits to it. It's got a new, or quite a new starter button on the actual starter motor itself. New 6-volt coil. It's still 6 volts. It's the original 6-volt system, so everything's 6 volts on it still. Got a new hose. We've put a new water pump on it to water the, I think it was the original water pump which is leaking, so it's now got a new water pump on it. And it runs as sweet as can be. Doesn't overheat, doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything. It was rebuilt. There's a receipt in the cab back in '91, which was, I appreciate, was sort of 30 years ago, where the engine was rebuilt, and there's a bill in there for about $1,500 quid, $1,500, sorry, which is quite a lot of money 30 years ago. So it had a complete rebuild. It runs, it's obviously got a little bit of choke on at the moment. Runs as sweet as you like, and runs and drives. I've driven it down the road, and it runs like a 72-year-old truck, but it runs really well for what it is. And as you can see, she doesn't smoke. It's just a nice straightforward truck. Jump into it, use it, improve it along the way. Really, you want to spend a day on it, just going through it. Obviously it does start, run, drive and stop well, but you just go through it, just make sure everything's all right. All the electrics work on it. The lights work, all the lights work, the indicators work, albeit they flash red. The only thing that doesn't work on it, I believe, are the vacuum wipers. It's still its original vacuum wipers. I haven't looked at it to see why, but normally there's a bit of a split in the hose and it's losing its vacuum, but they try to move when you turn them on, but it's no big deal. I haven't looked at it, I haven't tried to look any further, but they're simple to fix anyway. The grille on the front's a little bit dented, as you can see. I do have a very, very straight used original grille that can go with the truck if that's a deal breaker, so that's not a problem. But it is just a solid straight old truck, and apart from that bit of rust in the floor pan and the kick panel, it's a good truck. It's a nice truck. What's nothing to do into it mechanically, engine wise. Oh, there's a little bit of rust in the bottom of this door, but and that little bit there, the bottom of the A-pillar. But you can buy that little panel there, you can buy that, but obviously that's all part to do with where the mud accumulates inside the arch there. It's been used, so it's the kick panel there again with the floor down to there. But otherwise, she's all there, she's all good, she's all solid. We have got several more trucks that are being prepared for sale over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Keep an eye out. If you like what you see, you like all these old interesting trucks that come over, a lot of time and effort and money is put into finding these trucks. And if you do like it, please do like and subscribe to the video. Subscribe to my channel if you would, and like the video, and I will endeavour to put some more videos up a little bit more regularly. It is quite time consuming, but if you do like to see these lovely old trucks, which they are, then that would be appreciated and motivate us to do a little bit more. But there you go, it's a lovely old truck, 51 Chevy 3100, short bed, half ton, 5 window. Thanks for watching.